So let's talk, guys. Most of you guys know that my channel is not current events, it's not a news channel, this is not the kind of stuff I cover, but this kind of hit close to home. This was quite personal to me. And this is the fact that the Hong Kong protests, what's currently happening in Hong Kong, is affecting my family and I, affecting my friends, affecting my reputation in China. You guys know I lived in China for over 10 years. And I'm in a situation where the majority of my contacts, the majority of my family and friends are still in China or Hong Kong or in Taiwan. My entire life, my adult life, was based in mainland China. So the people I know, the people I love, the people I trust are, in fact, in China. Now, quickly to run through this, if you guys have absolutely no idea, or I'll explain this Hong Kong situation like I'm talking to a 5-year-old. There's that cool subreddit called Explain It Like I'm 5. Basically, Hong Kong was under the control of the UK, the United Kingdom, England. In 1997, it was handed back to mainland China under the agreement that for 50 years it would be untouched. There would still be a border, customs, all of their own legal system, judicial system, freedom of speech, right to due process, everything like that. China has quickly been eroding those freedoms. And when they tried to push a bill called the extradition bill, it meant that if you were a criminal or you committed a crime and you were in Hong Kong, you could be extradited back into mainland China to be tried. Now, the legal system is completely different in both places, so a lot of people got angry, but it goes much deeper than that. The protests carried out, people took to the streets, 1 million, 2 million people, the majority of Hong Kong people did not support this bill. They thought this was the final last step for mainland China to take over Hong Kong and kind of replace all of the society and the systems and legal systems that Hong Kong has with the mainland Chinese Communist Party's version. This quickly evolved into a pro-democracy protest. You can see these protests all over the world right now in support of Hong Kong because the basic values of democracy have been in place in Hong Kong since its inception. So to quickly rip all those away, obviously pissed off a lot of people. Now, this is what one side believes. The other side, the mainland Chinese side, the communist sympathizer side, they believe that China is just one place. Taiwan's a part of China, Macau's a part of China, Hong Kong's a part of China. All of these things are China. Even people living abroad that are Chinese, even if they're foreign nationals, they are still Chinese people. One China, one unified region. And this is the product of very, very ramped up nationalism that's being pushed through by the Chinese government. Things in society, things in China look a little less certain than they did when I first got there. So this kind of push to cut off China from the rest of the world in terms of media and then ramp up nationalism to bring together unity is causing this symptomatic development where Chinese people believe that the Hong Kongers are these stupid cockroaches that hate their parents, basically. They don't want to be part of the family. They're too cocky. They're too different. They think they're so special. And that's a really, really simple way to put it, but it's actually really causing issues because two of the people that I have in my family from Hong Kong, related to my wife, they were very much pumped and enthused to always be a part of my channel. They always wanted to, hang out, be on video. You guys know who I'm talking about, but I can't talk about them anymore because of their safety, their jobs, everything that's happening to them. They are heartbroken. The people I know in Hong Kong are heartbroken at the situation because this beautiful country that they grew up in is under the threat of being taken down by mainland China. This is the caveat, is the rest of my family is in mainland China, and they are very, very much anti-Hong Kong. So you have literally one family name down the line, my wife's parents' side. Some of them are in Hong Kong, some of them are in mainland China, and they're absolutely at odds, even within one household. It's getting terrifying. I'm watching these very, very positive people that once wanted to speak their mind, not being able to do so. And my parents-in-law, my aunts and uncles, all the Chinese people, my Chinese friends, now taking a very, very staunch opinion against democracy, against the West, against America, against me, against my wife, against my Hong Kong family. It's all falling apart. And it's crazy to see how much this issue is actually taking hold because nobody on my Hong Kong side hates their Chinese family in China. But there is a hell of a lot of hatred coming from the other side, and that is being bred through this nationalism. I did a little test, and just out of curiosity, I knew I'd ruffle some feathers, but on my WeChat moments, I wanted to see how long this post would stay up, number one. And number two, I wanted to see what the reaction would be. So I posted a picture of Hong Kong, And all I wrote on the picture's caption was, "Hong Kong scenery is beautiful." I was met with over 100 replies immediately from friends and family telling me that I don't deserve my Chinese wife. I need to cut all ties with people with Chinese blood. How dare do I have an opinion like this? How dare I speak like this? China is one. Hong Kong is part of China. All this kind of stuff. It was absolutely crazy. And I'm talking about friends and family, people that I always spend time with, people that I talk to often, literally off the cuff, totally not even sending me private messages, making public posts about how I'm trash and garbage and how I need to die. So I watched these people that I knew and trusted completely turn on me just because I posted a little bit of an edgy post. And this is how scary things are getting right now. Even my wife, with her parents are absolutely lambasting her for not even having an opinion about it, just for being married to an American person, for being involved with people, for being in communication with her cousins and her aunts and uncles that might support a different idea. So that's the thing, is I believe everyone has the right to their own opinion. They have the right to love their country. I have a right to love America. I have a right to love China. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's completely one-sided, because on the other side of things, people in mainland China that are totally against this, like my students, my friends and family that hate the Hong Kongers for, expressing their opinion, they don't respect the opinion of the people that are having their system systematically stripped away. So it's completely one-sided. I find absolutely ironic that a lot of mainlanders right now are protesting the fact that Twitter and Facebook and YouTube are removing state-sponsored accounts that were specifically made to misguide people's opinions. State-sponsored accounts that were specifically made to undermine, the Hong Kong protesters' demands and things like international reputation and things like that. I find it so ironic that they're protesting that and holding up the CCP communist flag saying, "One China, we support China," in Western democratic countries, using the rights and values of those countries, and protesting the fact that those accounts were shut down on social media platforms that, let me tell you, are completely blocked and illegal in China. So they're protesting the fact that social media retaliated in taking down pro-CCP information on platforms that they can't even use in their home country. Does that make any sense to you? You can see things that are not even like conspiracy theory stuff. If you go on Reddit, you can see reddit.com/r/Hong Kong. There's a very popular thread right now, obviously because of all the developments, the live streams, everything that people are posting about the protests. And we've watched it go from trending all the way down. It's going all the way down, but we're seeing pro-CCP accounts, pro-CCP, pro-communist China boards being pushed up to the top. I don't know how that's happening. It might be bots. It might be the internet users from mainland China on VPNs. I don't know how all this is actually happening, but it's kind of bizarre to see China make this massive, massive push for one-party rule, and you are Chinese, and you cannot deviate from that system. You cannot deviate from that plan. Now, when you're talking about things that are actually blocked in China, we're talking YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all this kind of stuff. The stuff that we aren't able to access when we're actually in China. We have to use something called a VPN. The VPN that we prefer for ease of use, for everything, customer support, for the fact that it's just usually up. In a climate where the internet is so uncertain in China, this VPN is usually up, and that is NordVPN. If you go to nordvpn.com/Lau86 and you use the code LAUI86, you can get 75% off a 3-year plan, and you can get 1 month free. But we use VPNs for more than one thing. We use VPNs to shop around, to access websites that are not even available in America if we're in the US. We use it to secure our connection when we're in different countries that have uncertain internet, like Vietnam, like India. So if you want to protect yourself, getting a VPN, even in your own home country, is actually a really, really good idea too. So don't forget to use nordvpn.com/Lau86 and use the code LAU86. Like I said, I don't cover stuff like this. But Winston and I do have a live channel where we do cover specific, time-sensitive, current events that are happening in China, and that is on youtube.com/ADVPodcasts, that's with an S. Every other Thursday, we talk about what's happening in China, China's soft power around the world, what's happening in Hong Kong. We keep you guys up to date on all this stuff, and after our experience for living in China for 10 plus years, 14 plus years for Winston, we think we have a good idea about what's happening and why things are happening in China. So I really, really implore you guys to go out there, check it out. If you like it, please subscribe to that channel, and you guys will stay up to date on all that kind of stuff. Don't forget, guys, you can watch a new Law 86 video every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. EST. Click here for another one. Over here, you can watch ADVChina every single Monday at 1 p.m. EST. Don't forget, right below that, you can watch SerpentZA every Friday, just in time for a beer, every single Friday at 1 p.m. EST. And like I mentioned previously, don't forget to subscribe to the ADV podcast channel. Thank you so much, Law Winners, and I'll catch you on the next one.